For the past year at Inside IIM, we have been conducting one-on-one career coaching sessions as counsel, short domain-specific courses as masterclasses, and university-affiliated certificate programs. Now, we are extremely excited to announce that we have a new home for all these highly rated programs in altuni.in. So, if you are looking to earn a high salary, get a promotion, switch jobs, click on the link in the description or just visit altuni.in. Thank you, enjoy the video, and don't forget to press the bell icon to never miss an update. Cheers.
Hello and welcome to Inside IIM. My name is Ocean and today we're going to take a deep dive into the CFA. Let's get started. What is CFA? CFA, or the Chartered Financial Analyst Program, is a professional international certification offered by the American-based CFA Institute. CFA has the highest level of global, legal and regulatory recognitions of finance-related qualifications. It is valued by employers for roles in every sector of the global finance industry, including portfolio management, analysis, private wealth and consulting. Eligibility criteria. Your selected exam window for the CFA exam must be 11 months or fewer before your graduation month for your bachelor's degree or any program that you're enrolled in. Understand that you must complete your degree before the date of the level 2 exam of CFA. The second eligibility criteria, which could be an alternative to the first, is you complete a bachelor's degree or an equivalent program and you receive your degree from your college or university and then you take the CFA. Another way to be eligible for the CFA exam is to have a combination of 4,000 hours of work experience or higher education that was acquired over a minimum of 3 sequential years, which means one after the other. And the education should be achieved by the date of registering for the level 1 CFA exam. The CFA Institute requires that every CFA program candidate have a valid international travel passport. Those without a passport can't sit for the exam. And the CFA program exam is only offered in English. So you must be good at English, you must be able to understand it well enough to solve questions in that language. Exam pattern. The CFA exam happens at 3 levels. For level 1, you'll be tested on 10 topics. It includes 2 135-minute exam sessions with 90 multiple choice questions each, and there's no negative marking at any level of the CFA. Level 2 candidates are given 6 hours to complete the exam. Level 2 also contains multiple choice questions, but the questions are grouped into mini cases called item sets. Each item set consists of a case statement followed by 4 or 6 multiple choice questions. There are a total of 21 item sets, 10 in the morning session and 11 in the afternoon session. Anyone who wishes to take the CFA Level 2 exam must have a bachelor's degree or an equivalent and must have passed the first CFA level exam. The 3 exam consists of item sets consisting of vignettes with accompanying multiple choice items and response essay questions. The exam is held on the computer and it's approximately 4.5 hours long, split into 2 sessions with an optional break in between. Anyone who wishes to take the level 3 exam definitely must have completed level 2 and level 1 exams of the CFA. Competitiveness. Globally, more than 250,000 candidates register for the level 1, 2 and 3 CFA exams. This was data for 2019 based on the CFA Institute website. The passing percentage from the same website for each level ranges from 40 to 60%. Specifically for level 1, if there are 100 people giving the exam, 43 of them will pass. For level 2, that percentage is 45, and for level 3, that percentage is 56. Subjects. All levels have the following subjects. 1. Ethical and professional standards. 2. Quantitative methods. 3. Economics. 4. Financial and reporting analysis. 5. Corporate finance. 6. Equity investments. 7. Fixed income. 8. Derivatives. 9. Alternative investments. And 10. Portfolio management. The level, complexity and testing pattern, however, varies at each level of the CFA exam. Expenses. The CFA Level 1 exam will include a one-time registration fee of $450, which is roughly 33,000 rupees as of today. and a standard fee of $700, which is roughly 52,000 rupees as of today. So for the total CFA level 1, expect expenditure of around 85,000 rupees. For level 2, expect somewhere around 52,000 rupees, and for level 3, expect around 52,000 rupees again. Also includes the study material that you will be given by the CFA Institute themselves when you register for each exam. These expenses that I've shared with you are assuming that you will register early. There's an option for it. If you don't register early, the expenses will increase because the $700 fee then becomes $1,000 instead. And of course, the amount to Indian rupees, the expenses are dependent on the exchange rate, which may fluctuate. So please check it out whenever you plan to take the exam. Timeline. CFA hosts exams in specific months throughout the year. On average, it takes about 1.5 to 4 years to complete the certification. Specifically in 2022, Level 1 will be offered by the CFA 4 times in February, May, August and November. Level 2 and Level 3 will be offered twice a year. Level 2 will be offered in Windows in February and August 2022, and Level 3 will be offered in Windows in May and November 2022. You must plan your CFA such that the timeline matches your career goals in terms of your educational degree and the work experience that you will be required to acquire when you want to sit for the level 2. So check it out on the CFA Institute website, plan the dates, plan your timeline before you go ahead and register for any one level of the CFA. Preparation. The material offered by the CFA Institute in exchange for the fee you pay them covers each topic tested on the exam in definitive detail. It leaves out nothing. It consists of readings, topic tests, practice questions and mock exams, all of which are closest you will get to the actual exam experience. Although the thoroughness means that you will cover everything, many candidates find it too long and have difficulty understanding what topics need to be prioritized. That's where coaching institutes come in. Guidance from professors who've had years of experience teaching the CFA program and the kind of doubt solving and structured study routine that coachings provide are key reasons why a lot of candidates prefer to take a coaching instead of self-studies. But if you do have sufficient time in your hand, self-preparation is recommended. With limited time though, coachings may help simplify and prioritize. Jobs and salaries. After level 1, you can expect your salary to be between 3 to 4 lakhs. After level 2, you can expect it to be around 6 lakhs, and after clearing level 3, you can expect it to be around 10 lakhs. These are of course likely to vary for individuals, but here are some averages that represent the industry standard. When you think about the kind of jobs you get, in terms of employers, some of the famous companies that employ CFAs are JP Morgan, HSBC, the Citigroup, Morgan Stanley, HDFC, Kotak Mahindra, ICICI, Barclays, Blackstone, Goldman Sachs, Fidelity, Deloitte, EY, KPMG, PwC. There are of course more employers, but these are the prominent ones that you can be sure require CFAs regularly. Here are some roles that CFAs often work in: buy-side equity research, research analyst, portfolio management, risk management, financial advisory, consultancy, trading in various asset classes, investment banking, accounting, auditing, corporate finance, private equity, venture capital, merchant banking. Is the CFA for me? The CFA will upskill you in quantitative methods, economics, financial reporting, investment analysis, and portfolio management. This added skill set will likely transform into job prospects and career advancement. CFA is an internationally recognized certification looked up to in the finance industry. It will help you build credibility and unlock opportunities in that domain. The certification demands you to build an in-depth understanding of financial concepts. It demands hours of studying, practicing, and learning. With roughly about a 50% pass rate, you may or may not be able to clear all the exams in one go, which means more time, more money, and more effort may go into obtaining the CFA charter. CFA may not be for you if you're looking for a magic bullet to get you a job. It will require you to build skills, and building skill is a process that takes time and hard work. If you don't think you will enjoy finance and analysis, you may want to consider alternatives. CFA offers a host of benefits ranging from skill set, job prospects, credibility, and opportunities. However, they all come at a price. and that price is not just the financial cost of doing the course, but also the rigorous curriculum that will demand dedicated effort from your end. Famous CFAs who went on to become CEOs. Nikesh Arora is an IIT BHU alum and he completed his CFA in 1999. He is the CEO and chairman of Palo Alto Networks. He was formerly a senior executive at Google. He served as the president of SoftBank Group. Sunil Singhania, also a CFA, is the founder of Abacus Asset Management. He was the first person from India to be nominated to the CFA Institute Board of Governors and is currently chair of its investment committee. He has also served as global head equities at Reliance Capital, and he was also the founding president of the CFA Society in India. Navneet Munot is MD and CEO of HDFC Asset Management Company Limited. He has been the executive director and chief investment officer of SBI Mutual Funds. He has worked with Morgan Stanley Investment Management as executive director and at Birla Sun Life Mutual Funds as CIO. He is also an MCOM, a CA, a CFA, a CAIA and an FRM. If you think you're happy with the kind of career trajectory you will find yourself in once you're done with your CFA, and if you think that you will enjoy the process of doing the CFA, and if you're willing to pay the price of all of that effort, go ahead.